Thank you for listening to this Belly Up Sports Podcast Network product. Some said we go belly up, so we made it our name, and we're still here.
Call yourselves Title Town? Are you kidding me?
That's fraud.
It feels like a gray area.
Spoiler alert, Canada. Cup's coming back to the US of A.
There's way too much negative stigma attached to strippers.
I hate you guys so much.
My dog just shit his ass.
Hey everybody, what is up? It is Wednesday night. That means it is time for another edition of Craft Brewed Sports. I am Mike. With me, as always, is Scott. Scott, how you feeling tonight, man?
Feeling great, feeling good. How are you?
Terrific, man. It's been a weird week. I don't know about you.
It has been a weird week, but it's gone by pretty quickly for me, so I'll take it.
Yeah.
Just getting back off vacation from work after 2 weeks, so I thought it was gonna drag ass.
Ugh, yeah, never good time there. Well, good to see you. Glad you're here,
sir.
Mookie also hanging out with us as always. Mookie, how you feeling, man?
Good. Is it just me or do I look super white today? Like I got to turn one of them whites off or something.
Love, baby.
Like, super whiter than usual, but like also coming off vacation, I figured I look a little bit tan, but it's still good to be back here.
I like that you get tan on vacation. You're not like me that just turns red.
Well, I was very careful about it, and by very careful, I mean I just stayed under the shade all day. Like, the key is you put sunscreen on once in the morning, and then you just go and find a nice spot of shade or like an umbrella, and you just sit under there and you crush a pack of Corona, read a book, read some blogs, whatever you do, but you just post up right there. The sun will get you enough to get a little bit of tan in, but if you're willing to put the work in, it'll work out well for you. And my lighting's doing me no favors right now after all that effort.
Well, it's still good to see you, man. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're looking super white just like me. We got an awesome show for you guys tonight. Tons to get to. We got Hard Knocks this week was amazing. So we need to talk about this Hard Knocks episode from this week. Also, we're going to talk the Field of Dreams game. And then there was a list that came out of the worst cheap beers in America, and I can't stand for some of this. We're going to have an issue with some people. We will get to all of that tonight. Before we do, let's talk about these beers that we are drinking. Scott, I'll throw it over to you first. What's in your mug this week? Also, we don't have a rating scale, so make one up for us.
Okay, cool, dude.
I got one.
Oh, thank you, Mookie. This was the very first beer that I ever found on Beer Drop, and I laughed my ass off. I was like, I gotta have this. But because the other ones were IPAs and whatnot, I wanted to save this. This one's called Bunny Slope, which on its face isn't very funny until you realize it's a three-way. It's a collabo with Jagged Mountain Brewing Company, Gold Sprout Brewing Company, and Huckleberry Roasters, who provide the coffee. This is a caramel macchiato blonde stout. Bunny Slope. This beer had my name all over it when I saw that. 6.5 ABV. Oh my gosh. It's your typical blonde stout, but it's got caramel, chocolate, and coffee. Seriously, all the innuendos, classic name, absolutely love it. On the scale, you know what we're going to go with tonight? We're going to go on the preseason scale, whether or not it should exist. And I don't know if that makes sense, but sure.
I mean, I said I had a scale, but go ahead, Scott.
Oh, okay. Mookie, go ahead. What's your scale?
Well, seeing as now we've just churned and burned our third intern, so we at least have enough for a rating scale of 1 to 3. We could just rate it on the intern scale.
Oh, shit.
Perfect. On the intern scale. I'm going to rate this an Aiden. Do whatever you will with that. But all I got to say is it is amazing. Amazing.
All right. Mookie, what's
oh my god, it worked. He's so uncomfortable. Look how uncomfortable Mike is right now. This is perfect. This is exactly what I wanted out of that rating scale. I don't feel good about
this rating scale at all.
He's
all right, go ahead,
so uncomfortable. Fantastic.
What are you drinking, Mookie?
Yeah, so tonight I've got Noon Juice from Progression Brewing Company. Damn it, I forgot to write down where they're from. Northampton, Mass. Oh shit, they're from the Hamptons. That's my shit though, right there. All right, not that I've ever been or could afford it, but like I like watching about it on Bravo Network. So, anyways, it is a New England IPA session style though. 3.9% ABV, 28.1 IBUs, which is interesting because I don't taste them, but 3.75 caps on Untapped. So far, it's okay. It feels like it should be better than it is. And at the end, I just feel disappointed. Like I should have gotten more for my money. But I think it still has potential. So I'm going to see it through. And because of all that, on the intern scale, I'm going to rate it a Nick.
What?
Who is Nick?
Oh, right. I didn't mean just our interns on the show, but it was the intern I fired. The one intern my entire career I actually fired because it was just.
So you just arbitrarily picked a name and said it was an intern? Like you could have just
No,
said
that was-
anybody's name.
That was actually his name.
Oh, okay.
All right. In the comments, we got Matt Barr. He's saying he's drinking some Tanqueray canned gin and tonics. Man, this man is living his best life right
Good
there.
Lord.
That is the way to do it on a Wednesday night. Just canned gin and tonics.
And he abbreviated all of it too, because apparently he hangs out with Schmidt a lot.
Well, hang on. I got to say, and Mookie, I got to get back to your mistake here in a second, but I feel like Matt
I
Barr
don't make mistakes. I make
didn't know how to
opportunities.
spell Tanqueray, so he just said Tang and then abbreviated gin and tonics to see.
I respect
I'm on
that.
to your game, Matt Barr. I'm on to your
Wait
game.
a minute, though. I got a question. Do gin and tonics in a can taste less like pine needles or about the same?
Oh, it's gonna be about the same. It's got to be about.
So
the same.
now they definitely taste like pine needles, but the fact you said that, Scott, makes me think you don't like gin and tonics. Is that true?
Gin is disgusting.
Oh, you don't like gin at all.
Well,
Hard
gin is
copy,
so
dude.
gross. Gin is so
You
gross.
hate gin. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's my
gin is-
parents'
gin
drink of
is a
choice. No, thank you.
Terrible.
I feel bad for both of you because I feel like no one in your life has done gin right for you, and we should address that going
My
forward.
parents used to drink
are
Tanqueray
dangerous,
by
though,
the
Matt Barr.
gallon full.
Well, yeah, but it's not that potent. Like they used to give
Listen,
it.
man,
it's just-
if you need to mix it in order to make it good, it's not a good liquor. Period.
Yes.
Like if you can't drink
I mean,
it
that's
straight
fair.
or just like one or two ice cubes, it's not a good liquor. So that's why gin is garbage. Matt Barr's saying they're dangerous, but so maybe those are tasty. I'll have to give them a shot.
Or it can strip paint off the side of your house. 'Cause, like if you can't drink it straight but can strip paint, then that's still okay, right?
Yeah, that's also
All right, cool. I just had a backdoor Everclear in there because we
that's
can't.
fair.
deny it.
Yeah, that's totally fair. 'Cause if it like gets you knocked out with one shot, then yes, that's good liquor.
Ron Swanson would be proud.
Right. Matt Stanton saying he had his first Oktoberfest of the year yesterday and it was delicious. That's right, everybody. It is Oktoberfest pumpkin beer season. We had our first pumpkins of the year. Oh,
It's too early. It's not even
I had an
September.
never
I was
too
at the
early.
bar a week ago Thursday or a week ago tomorrow, and I had it. They were like, I was like, "What's the Sam Adams season on?" I'm assuming it's summer ale. And he's like, "Oktoberfest." I'm like, "I'll take two, please."
Keep them coming. Yep, keep them
No,
coming.
wait, Scott, I gotta-
we got 2 4-packs of pumpkin, and I need to go out and get some more. And I hope they're not already sold out. That's how bad it is. That it's August 18th, and I'm worried that they're sold out of pumpkin already. That's not a good feeling. Like I need to stock the
That
fuck.
is scary.
It is scary. Our buddy Robert Taylor, It's Rock Robster Gaming, says he's drinking Anchorage Brewing Wolfchild. This man always brings the heat. 8.4%
Always.
double IPA. Good Lord. And also, he's flexing on everybody with his cooking skills in the comments, making pan-seared lemon salmon, baked asparagus, and crispy skinned potatoes. Good Lord, man.
Oh, you know what? Look. Any one of us could make that if we had nothing else going on in our life that gave us enough time to do it. Like
Pairs
BFD,
well
man.
with gin.
Scott, I want to go back to this though. I want to know, Scott, that bar that you got the 2 Oktoberfests at, were you outside or inside?
Inside.
Air conditioning, I'm assuming then?
Oh yeah.
Okay. That's fair, I guess. But like, dude, I could not imagine drinking an Oktoberfest, even if it's like an inside place, but they have like the garage door open on the outside. So it's kind of like that middle temperature. It's too fucking hot for Oktoberfest still.
Coming from the man who won't drink a stout or a porter unless it's cold out. You are
Yes,
also
also
you don't
true.
know what you're doing. Biscuit, I'm worried, man. Biscuit said he had his first glass of gin when he was 6.
No, Biscuit is on the right path.
That
They
seems
gave it to those
very
boys working in the factories back in the Industrial Revolution. It turned out all right for them. Biscuit's going to be be okay.
And Matt's saying that he's with Scott. IPA and gin are the only types of booze that he strongly dislikes.
Gin's gross.
Gin, I'm on board with. IPA, come on, man. You got to join the crew. Join the crew on this one. This week, I am drinking Lemon Basil West Coast IPA from Spice Trade Brewing Company. They said it's like lemon lime hops. So I was like, shoot, I'm about to have a Sprite in a can. Hell yes. And it is delicious. It's really good. I would put this as Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson in the movie The Intern. That's how good on the Intern scale. That's how good this one ranks.
Wait a minute. I want to back up real quick because you said Sprite in a can like it comes not in a can. This is Sprite in a can. Oh, my God. I got to have it.
All right, wait, hang on. If we're doing mistakes, Mookie, where is your beer from again? Take your time.
Northampton, Massachusetts.
Okay, and you
from
said,
the Hamptons.
So just making sure you think Northampton, Massachusetts is the Hamptons that like all the rich people from New York go to. You think it's the same Hamptons?
Well, like, so I've always wondered that myself. Like, I didn't know where the Hamptons actually were because, like, God forbid Bravo put a map on screen. But I just kind of was like, yeah, it's out like in Massachusetts. It's to the east. Like, it's over there. And then when I read this and I was like, Northampton's Massachusetts, I was like, oh, shit, that's it. There's the answer. And I was like, cool, going to file that away as a fact and move on with my life. That's one less Google search I have to do.
Oh, God. The people from New York City travel up to Massachusetts to vacation.
I mean, I don't know. They've got a map of Massachusetts on here, and they got all these little fucking islands and stuff, and that looks like that little tip in New York where it goes down. So I was like, yeah, why not? Just like kind of put them together.
Hey, Mike, we're gonna cut him some slack because it could have been worse. He could have thought the Hamptons were just a collection of Hampton Inns that the rich people go to. Like they just go to the Hamptons, right?
Hampton really nice Hampton Inns. It's no Holiday Inn Express, but it's still a Hampton Inn. Look, man, all I'm going to say is that's your public education system at play right there. On display for everyone and their
don't you dare. Don't you dare. I was public schooled all the way through. I'm not that dense. Come on.
You're just not that drunk, Scott. Come on,
I blame reality TV. That's what I blame, Drew. It's not the public education system. It's reality TV that has ruined your brain.
Look, I'm not going to blame anything that's given me the BBC that changed my summer.
Whoa, wait a second. Whoa. Drew had BBC.
He took a BBC?
You had BBC and it ruined your summer?
Oh no, it made my summer.
Oh, it made your summer.
Of course it
made my summer. My summer was so much better because of all the BBC I got in.
Okay. All right. I need to know what you think BBC stands for.
Bananas, Baileys, and coconut. And bourbon. Yeah. But like then you've got 3 B's and it doesn't play as well. Yeah. Oh, and there's cream too. So there's like 2 C's if you really want to get
there's definitely cream. There's definitely
a lot of cream. Dude, and the best part is after the first one, you're like, man, that next one's gonna go down so much easier.
Let's talk Hard Knocks, everybody.
He knows what he's doing. But,
yeah, no, it's clear, and I'm feeling as uncomfortable as I was with the intern scale, much more uncomfortable right now with the BBC.
And I still got an ace up my sleeve there, Mike. Just wait for later.
Jesus. All right, let's start with Hard Knocks. Hard Knocks episode 2 hit this week.
Though it's a delicious drink, guys. Y'all should try it.
Sure.
I can't go to a bar and be like, "Excuse me, sir, I'll take a BBC."
Oh no! This is something you make at home. Like you make it in the safety of your own home because
you don't want to have BBC out in public.
No, you definitely don't. No, because that could people could get talking about it and be like, "Man, he really got a wreck after he got that BBC in him. Like he was good, and then the." I love that Matt Barr predicted your transition there by saying dynamite transition.
Oh god.
Dynamite.
Yeah, Biscuit also. I was trying to find this one. Biscuit was like, where's the moving on when you need it? I was looking for a Biscuit. StreamYard
That was a great opening segment.
Couldn't find it, but that worked out just as well. Matt Stan says, weren't we already talking about Hard Knocks? Yes, we were. And let's
Hey-o. Is this when you get to talk about taint?
Actually, yes, Grundle? Ironically enough.
We do get to talk about taint because Zeke Elliott was very concerned about his gooch in this week's episode.
That's what it was, gooch. I just remember seeing the title show up on the YouTube notification. I was like, I don't remember talking about this shit at all.
Zeke's gooch. Yes, 100%. That was a big pivotal moment in this episode of Hard Knocks. Scott, I don't know.
Wait, quick interruption.
Trying to get
Chug Drain Pour.
Okay.
Yeah, if I could find it fast enough, I would have done that.
Wild card, bitches! Yeah!
Sip, Chug, Drain, Pour, Taint, Gooch, Grundle.
What the hell? I'm drain pouring them all. What?
It's this. They're all the same thing.
Which one
are you just saying term?
Or do you prefer to describe said space on someone's body?
I'm not marrying or chugging any of these things. What the hell?
I tried.
All right, thanks, Mookie. Anyways, moving on, guys. Hard Knocks. So, Scott, we started this with I'm gonna get Scott to like a Dallas Cowboys player from Hard Knocks because there's always somebody that you see on Hard Knocks that you're like, I like this guy. And I got to be honest, 2 episodes in, I don't like any of the guys on Hard Knocks. I have not found a single person that I'm like, this is a dude that I can get behind. I took a lot of notes from this episode, Scott, and I believe you also have a ton of notes as well.
I do. And actually, I'm dubbing my notes, and this is now the weekly segment. When I do mine, it's going to be called The Hater's Guide to Watching Cowboys on Hard Knocks. I've decided that that's just going to be me, because as I was taking notes, I was like, God, this is just me hating. And I'm like, this is actually just me being me. So, would you like me to just go note by note?
Yeah, why don't you just go note by note, and then I'll jump in if I've got notes that are similar.
Yeah, because this was just, I was just watching and jotting down. I kept pausing, and I'd be like, all right, so everything's in order. So, I mean, it starts off, my first note, I gave the boys a little sneak preview earlier. It just says, is there anyone less inspiring than Mike McCarthy? What a phony gas bag.
He is the worst. I feel like Mike McCarthy, when he gives his speeches at halftime or pregame speech, he literally just Googles football buzzwords and then just says them. Like, that's all it is. He's just like, guys, we're gonna hit him hard. We're gonna hit him hard. We're gonna go hard. Lots of speed. We need speed, guys. Big plays. We got big plays, and we're winning the turnover margin. All right, let's get out there and get it done. What the fuck just happened,
sounds
man?
Like a high school coach trying to motivate these guys. It's like, so it doesn't be like, shut the hell up, Mike. My next note says, bending over for yoga, a metaphor for their season. Zeke rambling on about his balls and baby powder, which is what we alluded to with him worried about his gooch. Like, my man spent 2 or 3 minutes just talking about needing baby powder.
Okay, hang on.
I would like to come back to that, but go ahead.
Yeah, no, go ahead. No, we can take tangents here, Drew. Go ahead.
Correctly and having adequate powder for your balls is serious shit when you're out there doing 2-a-days in the Dallas summer heat, man. Like, if your balls aren't properly taken care of, you can get some real tough chafing in there that, like, not pain and discomfort aside, it's going to hurt his running game. And so he can't be going and getting chafed balls this early in the season. It's not even week 1.
My favorite part of that interaction was when he finally went to the sidelines, got baby powder on his junk, and was like, I have so much baby powder down here. If I fart, you're just going to see a cloud come out from behind me. And I thought that would be a way better celebration than like LeBron James's intro. It would make it way more funny if he just scored a touchdown and let out a fart and just baby powder billowed out.
Dude, he could do it though. Think about it. All he has to do is run over the sideline of the trainer's table and like take the little bottle and then just bend over and like, you know what I mean? Like when you just squirt it and just goes poof. He could easily pull it off. It would be like LeBron James and Randy Moss had a celebration baby.
All right, Scott, next note you got.
Does the Prescott Book of Swag have a naked picture of Zeke on the cover? These two want to make their relationship public already, or are we just going to keep pretending?
All right, I also had a note about the Prescott Book of Swag because in the episode, Dak Prescott calls out third-string quarterback Ben DiNucci and says that he needs more swag. And Ben DiNucci says, quote, "If it ain't broke, don't fix it." Ben DiNucci last year had a QBR of 13.5. Ben, I think everything is broke. You need to fix everything. Like, you should take anything you've ever done in your life and never do it again. He needs to, like, if he's got a girlfriend, break up with her. If he drives a car, he needs to trade in his car, get a new car. He needs to completely change his life because everything is broken, Ben. And then did you see when he was, well, I'll wait. I'll get to that.
No, before you go on, while you burn this guy, like, at the same time, and damn it, I wanted to say, to be fair, he's got a better QBR than Mark Sanchez, Tim Tebow, insert other burnout quarterback there. 13 isn't terrible. James Madison?
Yes, he is.
I love me some JMU.
Yeah,
That's
Matt
my
Barr,
squad right there.
DiNucci stinks.
Matt Barr went to JMU?
Yes. He says he should protect him, but fuck no, he's awful. Yes, he's terrible. Go ahead, Scott. Next note in the Dallas Cowboys haters guide to watching the Hard Knocks.
Cowboys playing chess. Then you have DiNucci saying, or no, I take that back. You have Michael Parsons saying, "I gave you that game." And I noted, get used to saying that in Dallas, Micah.
My note, that's what I was going to go to. My note on the chess game was, is there anything worse than a cocky chess player? Because DiNucci was acting like such a douchebag on that. He's like, "Ooh, you're sweating. I got you now. Ooh, just a couple more moves on this one." I was like, this is the worst dude to play chess with. It
was down to like the last three pieces for him, too. It's not like he mopped the floor with them or anything. I was like, why is he bragging about his chess skills? There's three pieces for him left on the board.
Quarterbacks are always thinking ahead. Oh, okay. Cool, man. Good one.
Yeah. Next note says, not good at football or rapping. Thanks, Trevor Lawrence. Or not Trevor Lawrence, DeMarcus Lawrence, rather. Trevor would be the white guy with the long hair down there in Jacksonville. So this is DeMarcus Lawrence. Very bad at rapping.
What part was that when he was rapping? Because I do remember the rapping.
They were in the huddle and they were moving around and he dropped a Sesame Street and I'm like, Jesus Christ, man.
Oh, so this was when he was rapping like pregame or
yeah, they were like in the huddle before practice and like, rocking around and he was trying to get them hype and it was like one of the worst raps you'll ever hear.
There was a couple spots in the episode where guys were rapping. There was a few. I took the note, Terrell Basham making fun of the coach, rapping on the sidelines, injury in the first game, confirmed, dude's getting cut. There's no way that guy is not getting cut after that series happens in episode 2.
Absolutely. My next note says, speaking of, what was the dude's name? The coach
Basham?
Just now? Yeah. Speaking of, I said, Jera doesn't know what an English accent sounds like. Churchill called. He said, "Shut the fuck up." My man tried to say, "Oh, he sounds really funny. He sounds like Winston Churchill," and then proceeded to talk in a normal voice while trying to do an English accent. I was like, "That's not what Winston Churchill sounds like. Are you kidding me, Jera?"
Yeah, that's the Cowboys D-line coach. Aiden Dirty is his name. I don't even know that's how you pronounce it, but that's how I'm saying it. Dirty. But he played in NFL Europe, and I took the note. Aiden Dirty's accent is amazing. Dude must slay in Dallas. And then I had the same note, Scott, and I said, why am I not surprised that Jera's only English person he can come up with was born in 1874?
Seriously, he's like, "Hey, he sounds like most recent English person I can think of, Winston Churchill.
Jesus.
Thank you, Jera.
The
The best part about this haters guide is when I'm jotting down these notes, I don't necessarily remember exactly what it is. So when I go back and look at the notes, like this one, I don't even remember what they're talking about, but I have talking about massages too much in Texas. Deshaun Watson on line 1.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
That's what they were trying to get the coach.
The FBI is investigating him now.
The FBI's in?
Yeah, and I don't know what the fuck for, but like the FBI, like his apparently, and I was listening to the radio on the way home. Apparently, Deshaun's defense attorney confirmed to the media that the FBI is investigating Deshaun Watson, and I have no idea why.
That's no good.
But it's his own attorney being like, "Oh yeah, they're looking into us. It's cool though. Like we got this."
But are you serious? You don't know why? Or
no, they didn't say it on the segment, because they had to stick to
only
sports.
one reason they'd be looking into
sticking
them.
to sports.
Yeah. I think there's a very prevalent reason why they would be looking into him.
Do you think it has anything to do with the fact that he tried to bid on Jeffrey Epstein's mansion that they're destroying?
Oh my God. Is that a joke or is that true? Because I really moving on.
Nope. Scott, what's your next note?
My next note says, "Oh hey, the original cuck himself. It's Sean McVay on the scene."
Yes.
He came in with a big shit-eating grin. I was like, "That's a guy who remembers he was on Hard Knocks last year and he knows where the cameras are."
I said the classic Hard Knocks inner squad practice fight scene, a staple of every Hard Knocks season. I just love that. Whenever there's an inner practice squad, it's like, here comes a fight. And then I love that McVay tried to like run out and break up a fight. It's like, McVay, what are you really doing? You're
a quarter of the size of all the guys.
You're not breaking up this fight, man. He's running out acting like a tough guy on that one. All right, go ahead, Scott. Next one.
Again,
hang on. Sorry, before that, because I got another one on the fight.
Go ahead.
Did you see the fight that like really broke out? Was some dude tried to fight Aaron Donald? Like there was.
That's a bad idea.
Oh,
that's what I was saying.
I have notes about that, my friend. I have notes.
All right, sorry. Go ahead.
But before I get to that, I have more bad rapping. There's no wonder this team sucks. They need a Tom Brady inspired slam poetry session ASAP.
That was the Basham rap. That was the one.
Yeah.
He was the one that was rapping in the inter practice squad.
Yeah,
very. Saying no one's anus needs to be that oily.
Excuse me, what? What is he talking about?
Don't ask.
Also, I missed this one earlier, but Biscuit said DeGucci watched too much Queen's Gambit during the and
I love the name DeGucci.
Yes, I will forever call Ben DiNucci Ben DeGucci for now.
I like that.
Well played, Biscuit.
Scott, if we buy you a Cowboys DeGucci jersey.
No. Unless it ends with burn, then no. Moving on to what Mike just alluded to. Only the Cowboys are stupid enough to start a fight with Aaron Donald, but also as a Niners fan, whoop that trick. Like I was really hoping that somehow Aaron Donald would get hurt in that melee. That was a little disappointing, but of course the Cowboys always disappoint, so that was not really much of a shocker.
So I want to know, what would it take for you to try to fight Aaron Donald? Like, what would he have to do
by myself?
Yes, just by yourself. Like, what would he have to do to you? What is the level of disrespect that Aaron Donald would have to show to you that you would be like, all right, man, you took it too far. It's on now. Like, I feel like if Aaron Donald came over and grabbed my wife and kids and were like, these are mine now, I'd be like, yes, sir, they are. Have a great day. See you later. And I would not.
I'd be like, wait, I get to keep the house and my job? Yes.
I would say that the only way I'm trying to fight, and it would just be to try not to choke to death, is if he was like, hey, I got this BBC for you, and this is what you're gonna do with it. And at that point, I would just be fighting, struggling to breathe.
Yeah.
Aiden in the house. Yeah!
Aiden, drop it in the comments. I am not suicidal, bro. Aaron Donald could do anything to Aiden, and he is okay with it because he will not fight Aaron Donald. And I don't blame him. I'm the same way. There is absolutely no way I am fighting.
Touch my butthole. If he tries to touch my butthole, it's on.
Sorry,
No.
listen. If Aaron Donald tries to touch my butthole, that's his butthole now. I'm sorry.
Man, I was just gonna say, I was like prison rules. I'm holding on to his t-shirt for the rest of it. But if he tries to stick it, like that's the only way I'm fighting back is if I'm getting this big old large BBC coming right at my face. I probably don't win that
but
fight.
Not your butthole.
No. The butthole, it's his.
See, that's why I feel like, Scott, you're missing out there because all you're doing is then you're going to get beat up and you're still going to get the BBC in your face. Like it's not going to do any good. Why fight at that point?
But I just want to be like, look, I mean, everybody gets prison rape, but not everybody gets, one in their face and doesn't even try to fight.
Matt Barr is saying that I would be terrible in prison, and I highly disagree. I would be a commodity in prison. I would not be terrible. I would be. Come on, man. They would be fighting over me. That's what happened. I'm not getting my ass kicked anymore. People are fighting over me.
Unfortunately, there's not enough cartons of cigarettes to go around to trade for my ass. I would be screwed. I would be done.
All right, next note on Hard Knocks.
Yeah, that's why I tried to not get caught. That's all I'm going to say.
F stocks were trading Burlap. To the moon. Here we go. Diamond hands, fellas.
Dude, we should make our own crypto coin. We could do it.
Someone calls social services. Child abuse is everywhere. Only thing I hate more than the Cowboys are kids and Cowboys gear. I know that they were kids of the players and related to the players, but I don't need to see a whole segment where a bunch of little annoying kids are trying to push sleds and shit. Like, fast forward me through that, please.
Scott, that's a little bit of a distasteful joke. Come on, man.
It wasn't a joke. I mean, seriously, I always have said that when children are wearing Yankees or Cowboys gear, it is child abuse. They don't know any better. You're forcing that upon them.
Biscuit said he would fight Aaron Donald if he puts pineapple on pizza or puts sauce on his brisket.
Now, wait, Biscuit, I know you're listening, so I need an answer on this. Do you qualify a dry rub as sauce on a brisket? Because I feel like we need clarity there.
Yeah, I think it's only wet, right? I
want to make sure. You know what they say about assumptions.
Fair point. All right, Scott, go ahead. Next
It's
note.
10 letters long.
Anyway,
Scott just had like a mini seizure there.
Mike probably thinks this is the guy I'm going to like because of his backstory, but I don't give a fuck about Alvin Kamara's cousin, Wakanda forever or whatever, bro.
Here's the note I took on Kamara when they did that whole backstory. This dude from the Ivory Coast. Great story of picking up the game late in life, earning a scholarship, making the practice squad, doing it for his mom and everything she's been through. Hit the QB in practice, confirmed dude's getting cut. No doubt about it.
I did. That was my only other note because my next note was right after that. LOL, sounds like Black Panther, plays like a bitch. Hope he makes the team because of that. Like the Cowboys can use more guys that just get pushed around. So.
No doubt about he's getting cut. It's the typical Hard Knock story. This is the guy you'd root for because he came from a great backstory. He's doing it for all the right reasons. Totally getting cut. He'll be lucky if he makes the practice squad. Next note.
Oh, for fuck's sake, I goddamn hate Michael Irvin. Michael Irvin, rather. I always do that it's not on purpose, but yes, I thought that we might be able to get through this, but Jera and him's little fake, clearly for the camera's conversation. Oh my God, it was torture. I really, really hate Michael Irvin, like a lot.
I'm with you on that one. Next note.
And in the same scene, nice stack of paper for a computer stand, you cheap fuck Jera. My man had his it wasn't even a laptop. He just had a tablet, but he had it propped up on 2 stacks of computer paper. Like, what the shit is that? Like, and he was grinning from ear to ear talking to Michael. It was
all right. This animal last week puts an inordinate amount of salt on his sausage McMuffin, and this week is propping up his tablet with 2 reams of printer paper. What's wrong with Jerry Jones?
I mean, guys, I don't understand why this is like a hard thing to wrap your heads around. Like, Look, every time mankind builds software, builds robots, they get it mostly right, but every once in a while, like there's a glitch. Like we've all seen Patrick Mahomes throw the ball like through his body in Madden, right? That's essentially what's happening here with Jarrah, is that when he puts the salt on his McGriddle and he stacks this thing up on the computer paper, clearly the programming in the robot just went a little bit wrong. Like it was mostly right, but it was like, yo, something's off there. Like we're gonna look at that. That's all it is.
I dig it. All right, Scott, what else you got?
CeeDee Lamb having a great camp. Cool. Against one of the worst secondaries in the fucking league. Like, seriously, their defense got torched last year, and they're raving about how, their first round pick from last year, who was, kind of disappointing based on the projections and what everybody thought for him. They're raving about it in this year. And I'm like, yeah, but their secondary sucks. So he's practicing against shit players. Of course he looks good. I would hope he looks good against these guys.
Biscuit saying, Wade, who the fuck puts more salt on McDonald's? Exactly, Biscuit.
Right.
Burger King.
The same guy who drinks Johnny Walker Blue out of a plastic cup. That's who puts more salt on McDonald's.
Oh,
That's
I do not put salt on McDonald's.
And then Matt Stanton gave a quote from Jerry that this is a Matt Stanton exclusive. This was right before the cameras came on. Irv, wipe the Coke off your nose. We're about to record.
Oh, that's solid. You love it.
Scott, have you reached the point in the show where Dakota was talking about his reps that he was getting in practice?
I skipped over that. I really tried to find something in that scene to kind of make fun of, but I mean, it was just him getting, benched again because of the fact that,
skipped over where he said
he's on
every rep. Every play is something where you can get a rep. I was taking mental reps today, and he was sitting there saying how even though he's hurt and he wasn't in practice, he was getting his mental reps in, so he's better prepared for the season.
Yeah, I mean, it was
the correct reaction.
Lame quarterback speak.
I hate quarterbacks so much. I hate them. Patrick Mahomes would never say dirty shit like that. Period.
Well, he wouldn't say it, or you could understand it.
Yeah, fuck Patrick Mahomes, just for good measure.
Wow, Drew with the hot take there. Fuck Patrick Mahomes. Wow. All right. Fair enough.
Did he win a Super Bowl last year?
No, but he
then
won.
Don't care.
Okay, so just the most recent quarterback is the one you care about.
Exactly. This is America here, right?
Okay, Tom Brady fan.
Well, no, I'd like winning and all, but if we're really going to talk about our BFFs, then wait, actually, Scott, is that the end of the notes?
No, God, no.
There's plenty more.
God, no. All right.
Oh yeah, there's plenty more.
Hit me.
All right, go ahead, Scott.
How much is Louis Vuitton paying to be featured on this fucking show?
0. That was just Zeke's wonderful gift for Dakota from
right. No, that was the first episode. But when CeeDee Lamb was in his room packing his bags, all of them Louis Vuitton bags, and they kept doing close-ups of the bags as he was zipping them up. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man, it's like a Louis Vuitton commercial.
CeeDee Lamb, in that scene, he was talking about all the candles and how he likes everything to smell good. What's the candle scent that CeeDee Lamb is rocking? What do you think his scent is that he likes to light up? Because he was like, I'm the type of guy that if something smells bad, I'm going to tell you it stinks. Everything around me smells good, like, so I love my candles. Yeah,
butthole of Saban, just right there.
See, but then, like that's exactly that right there is exactly why this Hard Knocks sucks. Is that the Cowboys are just it's such superficial bullshit. There's a reason there is no Real Housewives of Dallas on Bravo.
It's Real Housewives of Dallas. Hang on, Google. Go ahead, Drew. Go on with your point, but I think there was a Real Housewives of Dallas.
All I'm saying is, and I was trying to respond to the Rock Robster here.
Thank you, Google, for filling that in. Real Housewives.
I was like, if Robert's still listeing, that take on Mahomes wasn't going to go over well.
Oh yeah, but like all I'm going to say is you can't kill that which has no life. Hashtag South Park. Hashtag show some respect. But like this is dumb. We're talking about smells and shit. Like the last time I legitimately watched Hard Knocks, like had a subscription, did the whole thing, was the Browns camp. And like that was actual football talk. They had some stuff on the side, but it just augmented the football. If we're sitting over here talking about motherfucking candles, like, are you kidding me right now? Like, what are we doing?
Drew, the season with the Browns, they talked about how the quarterbacks were staying in a bus together and like, hanging out. Like they're
for
always
bonding and like playing and studying the playbook and stuff. They weren't doing mental reps, okay? They were getting in there and getting dirty with the playbooks and whatnot.
mental.
Wow,
Douchebag.
dude.
Yeah, Robert Taylor is saying Drew is more irritating than Brittany.
Just rude. That is just rude. And he didn't even spell "than" right. He tried the right version of it, but
that's a
real one. Biscuit said that CD's
that's Dakota's. That's Dakota's.
Zeke's 10. Yeah, that's definitely Dakota's 10. Okay, go ahead, Scott. Next note. By the way, Real Housewives of Dallas was 5 seasons on Bravo. Just throwing that out there.
Hey, it's the other coach, Cliff.
Yes, I was so excited to see Cliff come up and shake Mike McCarthy's hands. Also,
just to get on camera.
Totally. It was just like, oh, you got the mic on. Come here, hey,
Absolutely.
come here, hey, you're looking good this year, huh? I did not realize Colt McCoy was still in the league until I saw this episode of Hard Knocks.
49ers legend Colt McCoy, you mean?
Yeah, that one.
My next note says eating sunflower seeds is hard. Obviously still not here to play school. Zeke struggled to eat fucking sunflower seeds. He like spilled them all over himself. I was like, Jesus Christ, man.
How about when he was like, oh, I'm getting so many hot dogs after the game. Like he was really excited to eat all the hot dogs.
He knows he's got the mic on and he just says anything, makes any type of sound. And the shittiest part is they cut to him every time. I'm like,
every time.
You don't need to put Zeke on camera for nothing.
Matt Stanton pointing out the Browns smelled terrible, Drew, during that season of Hard Knocks.
I mean, I feel like Brittany Matthews probably smells pretty bad too, judging by these pictures. I mean, what do you think her and Patrick talk about? Like, what are the conversations going on in that household? Because I feel like it's so boring. It's probably the worst. It's like, how's the steak? Good.
Well, can you pass the ketchup? That's the conversation.
We're going to be missionary again tonight. Okay.
No, it's more, Scott. It's more like, when should I enter, and how long should we take until I'm done? Will it be a child?
I'm disappointed that neither one of you did that in a Patrick
Kermit the Frog voice. I thought about it.
Yeah, that's disappointing on both of your parts. All right,
that never crossed my mind.
Next note says, "Let's get this shit popping. Shut the fuck up, Dan Quinn. Seahawks suck forever." Ha! With that, I just shat on all of the NFC West rivals. Got him.
All right, I had some Dan Quinn notes too. There was one part where the dude got a sack that ended up getting waved off because of a flag. But Dan Quinn, like one of the coaches went to give Dan Quinn a fist bump, and Dan Quinn totally left him hanging. And the guy had to do that move where he's got his fist out and then just like crosses his arms like nothing happened. And I felt so terrible for that dude in that moment. And also Dan Quinn had one of my favorite lines in the show. Towards the end of the game, there was a holding call that was missed by the refs, and Dan Quinn yelled, Mike, they fucked him. Blessed Mary, which is such a weird combination of words in a row where they fucked him and then prayed to the Virgin Mary about how bad they got boned on a call.
Which absolutely I'll go ahead and jump a little forward since you already mentioned it, but I had for that moment I had missed holding. NFL refs already in Super Bowl form. Preseason, but they're already ready to blow all the calls like they always do. Straight NFL refs, baby.
Oh shit.
Okay, so going back, you mentioned the hot dog thing, and I didn't think I mentioned it, but I have here. Zeke sees plenty of hot dogs in his future. So do I, if you know what I mean. Get your boo, Dakota.
Drew, what are you taking a picture of?
I'm about to make a meme. Like, there's this dude. Son of a bitch.
You're making a meme mid-show?
During the show.
Oh, no, I'm not that talented. But we're watching Press Your Luck over here. And by we, I mean myself and literally no one else. And there's this dude that you can just see through the contestant stand. Like, she's standing at like a podium, but there's like this little cutout and it's just this single dude like clapping. And so every time they cut to the contestant and Elizabeth Banks, you just see this guy hanging out like he's in a fucking picture frame.
I'm very happy that you're into this show that we're recording right now, dude. Thank you.
Well, what am I supposed to say? It's Hard Knocks. I didn't watch this shit. I can't afford HBO. Are you kidding me? And it's clearly not on the darknet yet, because otherwise I'd have downloaded it and still not watched it.
Scott, what's your next note? By the way, hang on before you go, because I think you're past this part. I said Michael Parsons. I was like, he's doing good. Mom's at every game. Recipe for a season-ending injury next week. That's what I've got for Michael Parsons.
Is he a fan favorite?
They like him. They were talking about how great he's been doing. So he's probably going to get injured.
Mic'd up. She's annoying.
Yeah, she's at every game, and she is the typical football mom that you're like, shut the fuck up, ladies. You're like, I'm cheering for my boy. Oh God.
Also, the
typical football mom or just typical sports mom?
Football mom specific.
Oh yeah, it was typical football mom, but I also was like,
she got
typical mom of a black athlete. I can't figure out how much older than him she is. not by much, I can tell that. My next note says, this is going back to Kamara. And then they showed his family. I said, I was wrong, not Wakanda, Zamunda.
I don't know if I'm allowed to laugh at that.
I also had in parentheses, I really hope this makes Mike nervous.
I want to laugh, but I don't know if I'm allowed to.
His mom and family were sitting in the crowd, and I was like, wow, looks like the royal citizens of Zamunda have made it to the place. And yes, I can make that joke. I'm allowed to make that joke. I thought it, and I had no problem writing it down.
What's your next note?
The next note just says, Kellen Moore's big ass teeth. There's a shot of Kellen Moore, and holy God, he's got some chompers. But every time they show him, all I see is teeth.
Yeah, that dude is he's
from Boise, right? I mean, what do you expect?
Yeah, he's an ugly man. He is not good looking at all.
I alluded to this earlier, but next note says, holy shit, is Zeke annoying? Going back to Kamara and talking about looks, I noticed that Kamara is just facial scars away from looking exactly like Seal. Another one that I hoped would get mine. Seriously, go back and watch it. He is walking towards the camera. I'm like, he looks like a young Seal without the facial scars.
I feel like we should stop. You're not going to be able to top that.
Yeah, that was
It might be tough.
The good news is I've only got two more. Can I please get subtitles for the two foreign dudes who are going to be cut soon?
No, that's exactly why they didn't.
I don't remember either one of their names. They're not important, but I know they were sitting there talking about we're the only ones that have played in NFL Europe, and the rest of it I couldn't understand. And I'm like, hey, get these guys off my screen.
Didn't NFL Europe fold like 5 years ago?
Oh, way more than 5 years ago.
Well, exactly. So that's more the point of like, who gives a shit if you played in NFL Europe? You're a burnout.
Right. That's why I was just like, this interaction is meaningless.
Which again goes back to the point that the Cowboys are useless because they have no fucking content. So they're listening to these goddamn Europeans talk about shit that doesn't matter to anyone, not even their family.
The dude from the Cowboys that's from NFL Europe, that was the second time. They've never said his name on the show yet. They haven't like introduced him at all. So I don't know who this guy is, but last week the only scene he was in was they were singing happy birthday to Dakota and they had cake and he was just like stretching on the sidelines and he's like, I want some cake. And that was it. That was his only appearance in last week's episode. And then this week I find out that he was from NFL Europe and he never went to college. And I'm like, oh, this dude's getting cut. Okay, cool. Got it.
And my last note, I'm pretty sure it was Lyle Collins as the credits were going on, but he sang a really good song. And I said, finally, a song I can get down with. More making fun of Dakota, please. He just sat there and made a song up on the fly about how Dakota was super excited about beating LSU, wanted to go to LSU, had to settle for Mississippi State, beat LSU once, and was crying.
Won one game in 6 years, he said.
Yeah. Like it was a really funny way to roll the credits.
Also, he called him Dakota in that song. It was amazing.
Did. I noted that. I was like, don't steal my Dakota shine.
It's probably easier to rhyme though, right?
Yeah, then Dak. I don't know. Dak, back, hack, flack, jack, sack.
Boy, you're making a great rap right now with all those words.
I'm
Mike.
just throwing out words. I'm not trying to I'm not trying to rap. I'm
I
just
feel
saying
like we should buy you a rhyming dictionary just to see what you do with it.
I'm just saying Dak is easier to rhyme than Dakota. Go ahead and think of a word that rhymes with Dakota, Drew. See how many I came up with. Go ahead.
Coda.
Oh,
I mean, it rhymes.
I was with Dakota down in Sarasota.
And then I went to float a little faster down the lazy river Shoda.
That's like
rhymes.
Or that's as good as DeMarcus Lawrence. I'm just gonna start calling him Trevor. Fuck it. He's
Trevor Lawrence.
He's the black Trevor Lawrence. That's what we're
also for those of you that
but isn't he actually good?
DeMarcus? I mean, yeah.
I just want to pull up this picture real quick because while you guys were talking, I did a little Googling. This is the Kamara guy that Scott was saying looks
The
like
Kamara
Seal.
guy.
Looks like Seal without the facial scars.
It is the most accurate
Kiss
thing
the rose
I've
right
ever
there.
Pass.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that was
is
I did actually chuckle when I was writing that. I was like, this is probably my best note. But yeah, this has been week 2 of Hard Knocks, the haters guide to watching the Dallas Cowboys on Hard Knocks. I honestly enjoyed the hell out of writing these notes. So I can't wait for next week.
This is definitely the way we take this. It's not going to be me trying to convince you to like a Cowboy. It just needs to be you hating the Cowboys via Hard Knocks, and we just enjoy.
But see, the best part about it is he's not hating them because they're Cowboys right now. He's hating them because they suck.
People.
Yeah, they're just terrible persons.
People because they play for the Cowboys. Like that's it.
Well,
like,
it's kind of
like care about.
If they still live their lives this way, but weren't on the Cowboys, they'd still be just as lame, right? Like
right, but I wouldn't hate them. I would just be like, oh, look it's just a bunch of football.
What a waste of time and film. I gotcha.
Yeah, but this way, seriously, hilarious.
Way better, way better way to go. Scott, have you? How excited are you for Trey Lance, man? He threw a good ball, and that was all I heard about for an entire
80 yards. Did you know that? It was 80 yards. He threw it for 80 yards.
The days of me watching Sports Center like around the clock are gone. So like, how many times did they show it? Like every hour?
Probably? It was like every segment. I'm pretty sure.
I mean, that's not fair because it's just the same episode of Sports Center every hour for the entire day. So yes, they showed it every hour. That's an accurate statement. But it was all anybody talked about. Like that's all people talked about this week was, wow, Trey Lance, he threw an 80-yard ball. Jimmy Garoppolo better be worried. And like, I'm like, okay. Listen, let's pump the brakes a little bit because what was his final stat line in that game?
He was like 6 for 14 or something like that. Like over, but he had a few receivers dropped that they should have caught. Like, I mean, Trey looked good. He was fine, but it definitely moments that it was just like he's still a rookie. He made something. He got sacked. Although you have to factor in the fact that he was playing behind the second and third string offensive line against the Chiefs starters. So, I mean, it is what it is. I think he looked as good as you would hope for him to look at this point in his career. All right. Like the dude has only played before this weekend. He played one football game in the past 2 years. So
the old COVID bowl at North Dakota State. Right. Beautiful. Yeah. What a great idea on their part to be like, listen, we're going to get everybody ready for one game to show off one player, and then we're shutting this shit down. And everybody was like, yeah, this sounds like a good idea. That's a good plan. During a pandemic, yeah, we should totally do this. And they did it, and I guess it worked. I guess that was the right call because it got Lance drafted pretty high.
I mean, they also got the free shit, right? Like they all got jerseys and warm-ups and socks and stuff. So like they got something out of it.
They were getting that anyways. Come on, Drew.
Yeah.
Even if they had no season, you think they're going to pay that money? Because this is before NIL.
They're still doing it.
Jared Dakota State. You kidding me?
Yeah, it's North Dakota State, the only FCS school that does anything. They're
no, James Madison is a powerhouse, motherfucker. Put some respect on our name.
Jared from Corner Booth Podcast saying, I feel like this season of Hard Knocks is basically every mid-2000s MTV reality show, NFL edition. That's a good comparison. It does feel a lot like Jersey Shore meets Laguna Beach meets The Challenge.
I love The Challenge. I love it so much.
Mookie, are you watching this season? Because I have not watched any of this season.
No, because I also don't pay for that either. But like the 2 seasons from like 17 years ago that are Netflix, we watch those over and over.
You don't have Paramount Plus? You don't do Paramount Plus?
That's like $5 a month, man. What do you think? I'm like made of fucking money over here? I'm no Trey Lance, dude.
Scott, I don't know if you saw Robert Taylor taking a swipe at your boy. He said he threw it 30 yards and the wide receiver ran 50.
Well, I mean, obviously he watched the game. He actually threw it. I mean, he actually threw it 40 yards. I mean, just to be nitpicky, but yeah, I mean, the rest was ran to the house. I mean, it is like I said. He looked fine. He looked exactly like what you would hope for. He's got the potential. He didn't shit down his leg. That's all I hoped for. So
I'm very.
You hoped he shit down his leg?
Yeah, you were really hoping that he did shit down his leg. Is that was the?
I mean, I guess that's why the Niners have that like gold colored pants, so that like the shit just kind of blends in after it gets diluted with water, right, Scott?
Yeah, that's something like that.
What's wrong with your poop, Drew, that it's coming out gold? I'm worried.
No, I'm not saying it comes out gold. I'm just saying when you shit in a game, because it's not like going to be
stain on it.
No, well, maybe. I guess maybe. Like, what's your pregame lunch? Like, you eating a bunch of chicken nuggets and like bran flakes and raisins, or is it more like light food with carbs that are going to get you through the game? Because it's probably going to be a little bit looser stool.
Moving on. Thank you. I had no idea how to answer that.
Oh, I feel like we should let Scott answer that, though.
No, my pregame meal is like bran flakes. What am I, 80? Like, what? Nobody eats that stuff before they do anything except for 80-year-olds.
No fatty dumper ticker, Drew. Stop with the fatty
dumpy.
I know. I always say fatty dumper.
The best part is you always bitch like you delete it, but it's always there.
I do delete it.
Oh, no, it's gone. All right, well, we'll see it's there if it's there next week.
I'm very worried that Justin Fields is going to end up being the best quarterback out of that draft. I'm terrified that that's going to be the case because he looked really good, man.
Dude, Justin Fields is on fire. Now, Matt's saying, I want to respond to this by saying, yes, we do watch Netflix by candlelight because apparently he's accusing me of that in the comments. And I'm trying to read the comments like Mike always yells at me about.
That was well done. That was how
but I was trying to work in the conversation. But I'm like, well, now I didn't quote him correctly. And like, you know, the MLA, APA, motherfucking police are going to come over and get us and shit. But the point being that what you originally were saying, I agree with. But now I've since forgotten. I was really hoping when you jump in by now. Nope, just gonna let.
What are we talking about? What
I don't know, dude.
What's happening right here? You took the wheel and drove us off a fucking cliff, man. What is going on?
Well, we weren't on a mountain to begin with. I don't know why you're so mad about it. We were talking about Trey Lance and how he's going to turn.
I said Justin Fields.
Oh, Justin Fields. Yes,
he's going to be the best quarterback in this draft.
Oh, no, he's easily going to be the best quarterback in this draft. And I don't know that necessarily all of it. No, it is. It absolutely is.
Will kick in.
No, it won't. Because here's the thing, Scott. He went to a club that actually could help him succeed. Like, they weren't dumpster fire like the Jaguars.
Bears? Have you seen Bears quarterbacking our entire life?
Yes, I've seen Bears quarterbacking, but I've also seen the other parts around them.
Has done like in our lifetime.
That's previous quarterbacks. My
point's also important to note, Drew. Kyle Shanahan got Jimmy Garoppolo to the Super Bowl. Like that's a thing that he did. Like Jimmy Garoppolo was like very close to being a Super Bowl winning quarterback. Kyle Shanahan and the Niners is probably the best situation for one of these rookie quarterbacks rather than
I would agree, except that
hang on. Like, okay, Trey Lance is going to learn under Kyle Shanahan, who's like the quarterback whisperer, right? Justin Fields is going to learn under Matt Nagy and Andy Dalton. not too good for Justin Fields if you're looking at it from that side of things. But he looks great so far. He did look awesome. I was impressed.
Sure, but point of clarification: are we talking about best quarterback this year, or are you talking about over the career?
From this draft. Well,
from this draft for this year.
No, overall, I think he'll have the best.
I still think Justin Fields is going to have a better career overall. I think he's got more tools. I think he's more equipped to do it. He played, I don't know, like maybe more than one game last year. Like that alone, I think kind of factors in his favor.
Yeah.
Because the other part about it is Trey Lance,
he didn't play his entire college career? School.
In North Dakota. Oh, you're right. He didn't play no school, right? That right there is going to be his downfall, that he didn't play no school. I can't refute that. Scott, you're right. You win.
Thank you.
Drew, so you were mentioning how you know all about the Chicago quarterbacks. You were feeling something about a Chicago quarterback.
Yeah, let me tell you, Jay Cutler and I, our relationship has taken some twists and turns here. It's hit some turbulent times. The pandemic's been hard on everyone. Let's just be honest about that. It's hard for it not to have been, realistically, because whether you have an old one that you're concerned about, or you have a child or something, there is someone out there that you are worried about. And honestly, my boy Jay and I, we've look at him. Like, I mean, yeah, he wasn't the greatest leader as a quarterback. And yeah, he maybe had that pouty face all the time. But the thing is that Jay is a guy that is just in it for the people.
A lot of weight.
Dude, he looks good. Jay looks good.
I mean, right?
That's what marrying Kristen Cavallari does for you.
Absolutely,
he looked good after.
Absolutely, and even if you
they did just get divorced, but then he banged.
Good for Jay though.
Then he banged the chick from Southern Charm, so he's living his best life.
Look, Jay's living his best life. He's out there doing him, man. Like, he's hunting deer and stuff. He's securing his ranch, if you will, and just living his best life. But
he's on Twitter a lot too now.
He is actually. He just recently joined Twitter.
He was in the league, 'cause seriously, like, he needs a sandwich. I'm worried about. Like,
no, Scott.
Is this as big of a transformation? I feel like this transformation may be more impressive than Joe Thomas when Joe Thomas left the league. And
I was thinking
Joe Thomas.
I was thinking Jeff Saturday. Jeff Saturday did the same thing.
Now,
but, I mean,
look,
Cutler, Jesus, man.
Matt Stanton,
guys,
Matt Stanton said how quickly I turned my back on Dalton. Matt Stanton, you don't realize my kids fought Andy Dalton's kids in the playground.
Did they though? I thought they fought. What's his name? The coach.
Jude pushed Dalton's kids out of the way on the playground because they were playing with the steering wheel that he wanted to play with. And you know what? I was just like, sucks to suck.
Well, so here's the thing. I will put that on you, Mike, because Jude took care of business and knocked that little boy down, yet you still somehow let Andy linger around Cincinnati for far too long.
Hey, listen, he is the number 2 quarterback in Bengals history behind Joe Burrow. That's what Andy Dalton is.
Yeah, it's good.
Damn, no love for Rich Eisen?
Rich Eisen? What?
I don't know what's happening.
Drew, wait, hold on. What is that reference? Rich Eisen?
Boomer Esiason.
Sportscaster Rich Eisen?
Yeah, but
what the hell does that have to do with Bengals quarterbacking?
Boomer Esiason wasn't he like the full 90s quarterback?
Yeah. But you said Rich Eisen. What the hell does Rich Eisen have to do with Boomer Esiason?
Well, so Rich Eisen's last name starts with E.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to confirm that you totally fucked up his name. All right, cool. We're moving on. I just wanted that confirmation. You called Boomer Esiason Rich Eisen.
I mean, we kind of got there for the whole pretty quickly, all things considered. I think from now on, we need to call Rich Eisen Boomer Eisen.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
That's great.
Rich Eisen. So, Mookie, tell me about what Jay Cutler's been doing on Twitter. Because
dude, he's been catching all kinds of heat. So he just joined Twitter legitimately, like, I don't know. No, go back. I didn't tell you to go forward to the next photo, Mike. God damn it. Get this shit together.
We're trying to move it along.
Then say that we're running out of time. So Jay Cutler was on Twitter and he was tweeting about how he doesn't feel kids should have to wear masks in school. And that's where we ran into strife in our relationship because I don't feel the same way. Let's all wear masks and be safe. And then things started to turn when Jay said, you know what? Doing some research. Looks like in 2024, there are going to be several school board seats open. So now is the time I'm launching my platform to be able to actually affect change in my community for how I feel, no matter how wrong it may or may not be. And normally that gets me enough to be interested in someone, but Jay and I have a deep history. So then later on, when he tweeted after that he was actually at a middle school football game, starting his campaign and rallying people to support, I was like, all right, Jay, I get it now. We can have different opinions. We can feel differently about things, but we can still relate to the same level of petty and telling people to get the fuck off our lawn. And that's what I've been going through, man. So like, I felt a little discombobulated. It's just been a hard time for Jay and I.
As weird as it is that Jay Cutler wants to run for school board under the "we shouldn't have to wear masks" platform, the most concerning thing about this screenshot that he put up is that he put a piece of tape over his camera that is clearly an external camera that he can just take off of his computer at any time he wants. Like he is worried that somebody's spying on him as he's on the computer. So he puts tape over his camera. That is an external camera. Just fucking unplug it, man. I don't know if you know how this works. Just take it out of the computer and then you don't have to put a piece of tape over it like a freaking weirdo, man.
Now, normally I'd agree with you, Mike, but I'm pretty sure the reason is that the USB cord is going all the way down behind the desk into the back of the tower, and like that's a whole lot of work to unplug it.
Then just don't have it clipped to the monitor right there. Like just move it off of the monitor then, right? Like that would be the next same thing rather than putting blue tape over.
Look, man, if it takes any more work than clicking some shit on screen, I ain't fucking doing it. So again, this is where Jay and I need to talk. And yeah, some asshole put this together. It was like, Jay, hey, I got your campaign sign here.
Smoke Jay Cutler for school board. Trash the mask.
They got me up into the trash the mask because let's all be honest. We saw that second picture, Jay, and he is still smoking and getting his. So. Look, all I want to say is to those people out there who are dealing with a tough time in their relationship, just see it through. Stay true to yourself, though. Respect yourself and your values, and it'll work out if it's meant to be. And Jay and I are in great terms now, and it's all okay. It's working out.
I'm glad you two have worked it all out. Matt Stanton said if only someone ranked the top 9 Bengals quarterbacks on YouTube last year. Yeah, if you haven't seen that yet, Matt Stanton and I did that, and it was super fun, and it's a very entertaining watch. Go find it. It's amazing. I bet you'll never guess who I had as the number 1 quarterback in Bengals history. You'll never guess.
Rich Eisen?
Yes, it was Rich Eisen. Rich Eisen, number 1 QB. QB1 in Bengals history.
Oh, God, yes.
Followed by Stuart Scott.
I love the fact that he called out Jake Arrieta because remember what we texted about last week on Thursday?
Hang on. I just want to read this comment. Maybe Jay Cutler and Jake Arrieta can run for orifice together. And then he corrected it saying office, run for office. But that is the best autocorrect I have ever seen.
That's pretty good.
Which tells you how much that biscuit uses the word orifice.
Which, alluding to Jake Arrieta, look, you guys heard that nonsense, right?
About how he got cut the day after. He used him as an example of MLB players that Taz Frazier is not.
No, getting cut the same exact day he told a reporter he could take off his mask because no one else was around.
Uh-oh. Did Scott just run through a tunnel, or was that me?
It was definitely not just you, because I heard he told the reporter to take off his mask because no one else was around.
Oh, that was it.
Oh, okay. It just
got cut. The Cubs were like, "Yep, you suck," and you said something stupid. You're done.
Now he's going to end up on the Dodgers and he's going to win a World Series.
No, I think he signed with the Padres this afternoon, actually.
He signed with the Padres?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he signed with the Padres.
All right,
so I saw, wait, real quick, guys. I got a question because I saw a link to an article that said, who's winning the Dodgers and Padres duel? And the answer is the Giants. What's up with that?
The Giants have unexpectedly ran away with the National League this year. Like, it's weird.
Matt Stanton wants to know if Deshaun Watson can get in on that Arrieta and Cutler.
No. Listen, my man Jay ain't got no room for people that assault women. All right. Look, what Kristen did to him was wrong. All right. He was like, look, fine, here, I'll give you your 2 vials so you can have your little babies and have your family and go off and do your thing, but just like back up off me when things started to get physical. He said, no, thank you. All right. There was no kind of thing like that on his part.
All right, let's talk about our friends over at Beer Drop real quick. This is a good time to thank them. Be sure, if you guys want craft beer delivered directly to your door, under $4 a serving, Beer Drop is the way to go. Go to craftbrewsports.com/beer drop. They will ship the beer directly to your door. The UPS driver comes up. He's like, is this beer? You're like, yeah, that's beer. And he's like, damn, that's a good idea. You get awesome beer. Ooh, I heard that, Mookie. I know what's coming up. Hell yeah, my man.
I mean, it's taking too fucking long. Aiden's not here to do it for us.
Yeah, Aiden's normally the one that tips us off that it's time for that. But anyways, craftbrewsports.com/beer drop. Amazing craft beer. Stock up your beer fridge. $5 flat shipping. Even if you don't want to sign up for a subscription, you can go and order beers from Beer Drop. Find some of the beers that we drink on the show, and you can taste them for yourself. And then you can rate them on your own intern scale. And it's a very fun thing to do. So go hit them up. craftbrewsports.com/beer drop.
Speaking of intern rating scale, I think the best part about Beer Drop is that they rotate the theme of the packages month over month. So I'm expecting them to get into the Oktoberfest stuff here maybe next month.
It is about that time for me to go through and swap out every beer in my Beer Drop for pumpkin beers. That's what
I'm saying, Mike, because I don't think you're gonna have to one of these months soon. Like,
I was just gonna say they curate a box of
it's
beer
great,
and they're like, hey, check this out, and I go on and I'm like, I don't want any of these. I'm gonna swap them all out, and I do every single month. Which is fine
really? Seriously?
Like when you swap one out, it's always like, hey, is it us? Did we screw up?
It's not me, it's
maybe
you,
want
man.
this as another option later. And I feel bad telling them no. I would never fucking choose this beer. Like, what the hell is wrong with you? So I'm just like, it's cool. Like, save it for later. Like, we'll try it some other time.
So I'm curious about this.
Like, I would never drink that fucking beer. Like, what are you doing, Beer Drop? Thankfully, I can switch that shit out.
So Scott, you're saying that basically month over month you replace every beer with a different one of your tastes.
Yes,
Ish.
like, well, it's
Okay.
nice, but it's nice that they give you the option to just be able to swap out any beer.
Yeah.
Like that's
So,
what I like. It's like, here's the beers we think you might like, and then but if you don't, then go ahead and select whatever 5 beers you want.
Bro, but here's the tough thing.
But so, Mike, I want to know
2 things to worry about. Number one is you only have 24 hours to do it after you get the email.
They do try to get you.
So then there are times where I'm like, I need to change these 2 out because I definitely don't want those, and I want a stout because I'm not afraid of drinking stouts in the summertime like some people are. So I go to do that, and then
I'll stab you. All right.
Tuesday at 8 p.m. comes on, and they're like, all right, your shipment is closed. I'm like, damn it, all right, I'll suffer through your Munich lager, fine. But the other problem is, like, you got to look at the prices, because if you pick the higher price than the one they put in there, they charge you a little bit extra, but that's fine. Like, you can get some good ones for a pretty cheap price on
there's
definitely.
There's great stuff. I think it's interesting though. So like we got the full gambit here.
Hold on a second. Bring back Fathead Spooky Tooth. Did it go somewhere?
No, I think that wasn't that the beer we drank with Matt when he was on the show? And he's saying bring it back.
That I don't know. I mean, I remember it was the winner of our pumpkin beer, wasn't it? Like,
I believe so.
Like if we didn't just pick pumpkin because we're like, we did this exercise, but it was always going to be pumpkin. We said Spooky Tooth would have won otherwise.
Spooky Tooth was it's such.
I haven't had Spooky Tooth in a couple years.
I thought you guys did a bracket of pumpkin beers.
We did,
but pumpkin was excluded.
Yes,
and
because
Tooth won it.
Would have won. Yeah,
okay,
that's what's
right. You're like, pumpkin's not even
Tooth,
in consideration to get in the bracket.
But I haven't had it in a couple years though.
Well, now I'm gonna have to figure this out. While I go on a Google search, let's talk a little bit of baseball.
Here's the pitch. Oh shit!
That's so good.
Should I go pee now then?
No, you got to do your Kong Bong. Did you?
Freddie Freeman just hit for the cycle.
Are you serious?
You, Freddie Freeman.
And you know how I know? Aiden just texts me.
Oh boy! All right, so wait, real quick, guys. What is more rare? What is more elevated these days in baseball? The no-hitter or the cycle?
The cycle, dude. Some guy just made his
Completely
first
agree.
start. Some guy just made his first start and threw a no-hitter. Like, that's unreal. And it was amazing because it was right after
Well,
they
he
were
probably
like,
had all his spider tack on.
no, they were like, now that there's no
sticky
sticky stuff, you're going to see less no-hitters. And then that same day, a guy makes his first start and throws a no-hitter. Go ahead, Drew, with your Kong Bong. If you guys want a Kong Bong, craftbrewsports.com/beer bong. It's a koozie, keeps your beer nice and cool. And then when you're ready, you can chug it from a bong. Scott, you don't have a Kong Bong, do you? You're still
I do, but I'm like, I don't really want to get yelled at again by my wife for spilling beer all over the floor.
Hi, Cheryl.
That's fair. Yeah, there you go. Thank you for pretending.
That's just
I
trying
got
to keep
BT in
Aiden's
here.
memory alive.
Oh,
That's all.
Jesus. Oh, God, Scott. There's already a GIF of you making that weird. I might have to bring that one back and just play that GIF. Did you watch the Field of Dreams game, Scott? Go ahead and talk about that for a second while I do my Kong Bong.
Going pee now.
I did not off principle because fuck the Yankees, but I saw the most important part, the walk-off home run by the White Sox to win it. And it was Tim Anderson, everybody's favorite black guy in baseball who bat flips and pisses all the old white guys off. I couldn't think of a better player. I mean, hell, we've talked about this. There's only like 5-6 of them in the whole league. But the fact that he's the one that hit the walk-off home run against the Yankees, chef kiss. I will say I enjoyed all of the stuff that they did surrounding it, having everybody walk through the cornfields out onto the field. Like, it's really cool. And then obviously part of the reason we're talking about it is because the Cubs and Reds are going to play that shit next year.
All right. Can I tell you, I'm very disappointed about this. Like,
why?
Yeah, it was awesome to watch. I watched the game. First of all, it was on national TV. So it was on the regular Fox station. You didn't have to have any premium subscriptions to get on there. It was on regular TV. That's the way to do it for something like that. I agree. It was awesome to see like Kevin Costner come out, throw the first pitch, guys coming out of the cornfield, old school uniforms. Everything was just perfectly done. Next year will not be as cool just because it's one of those things that it's like the first time you do it is amazing.
No.
The second time you do it, not as cool. Third time you do it, why are we still doing this? Fourth time you do it, okay, guys, seriously, stop.
That's fine. That's fine. But the reason why you're wrong is because we saw the uniforms.
It wasn't cool the first time.
No, well, the Yankees ruined it. But we saw the uniforms that they were wearing, and obviously the White Sox blew the Yankees out of the water. But when you talk about the classic uniforms that they can choose for the Reds and the Cubs for this game, it is going to blow this game out of the water just from that. The uniforms,
That's fine. That's fine.
I tell you right now,
The problem is the Reds already did that. The Reds last year, or not, was it last year or the year before when they did like throwback uniforms multiple times throughout the season? We've already
but nobody cares about the sleeveless jerseys. I'm talking about.
Fuck you! No, hang on, Derek Dietrich, and Michael Lorenzen.
I knew this would get you worked up.
Doing curls in the dugout in sleeveless uniforms. Come on, that needs to happen all the time, bro. That's
fine. But see, I want them to go straight old school. Get the floppy hats, no helmets, high baggy pants with the everybody has the
Knickerbockers.
Yes, and I mean, and we're talking like old school with the Reds and the
I pronounced it right
like,
too.
Did you? I think you said Knickerbocker. There's a hard R in there. It's got to be Knickerbockers. You got to be careful.
Pass.
Wait. The Knickerbockers, don't they play in Massachusetts?
I bet you they do. Let me tell you what. If I know one thing about Massachusetts and their history, it's that they love a good Knickerbockers game.
Look at Jared.
Anyways, here's what I'm disappointed. I wish that they would take like that idea of the series and then go to different places. Like we talked about, we need a Sandlot game. Like let's just do it.
You want them to move the fucking cornfield?
No, I'm not. It's not going to have the same pool that it did this time. This was the highest rated regular season MLB game in 16 years.
That is so pathetic. That is so pathetic that's the highest rated game they've had.
Not the highest rated game, the highest rated regular season game.
Whatever, dude. Who gives a shit? I bet you that the Hall of Fame game outdrew that twofold.
Yeah, probably.
I think you're underestimating this, though, because how many times have we said they need more outdoor hockey, not less, more outdoor hockey? I think they need just as many Field of Dreams games. Like, don't overdo it, but one a year, that's perfectly fine. Rotate it through all the teams. I'm game for it.
Okay, I'm okay with the idea, and they're doing but see, this is where things start creeping, because they did this last year and they're doing it again this year. They're doing that Little League World Series game where there's a major league game playing at Williamsport, and I think this year it's the Indians and the Angels, and they're wearing Little League uniforms.
Whoa. The Guardians.
No, not yet. And God, what a terrible name that changes. I mean, it's better than the racist name that it is now, but it's not. But anyways, great. The Cleveland's wearing the Great Lakes uniforms, and the Angels are wearing the West uniform. So now we've got
that is dope.
The Little League World Series game. We've got the Field of Dreams game. We're starting to creep out, and it's gonna get overplayed, and that's the problem. If you're the first team to do it, I think it's awesome. Cubs and Yankees, amazing.
No, the Yankees,
White Sox and Yankees.
Yeah, God damn it. Yes, I'm sorry. White Sox. I'm getting ahead of myself. White Sox and Yankees, cool. That was awesome. That was amazing to see. It ended perfectly. That's the other thing too. That game was so storybook, with the Yankees coming back in the 9th inning, and then the Cubs hitting the walk-off in the bottom of the 9th.
The White Sox! Don't say the Cubs again, for fuck's sake!
Jesus Christ, dude. Are you fucking kidding me?
Moving on. Rich
You
Eisen
suck
is not
at
a
making a
quarterback for
good
the
point
Bengals,
for a
and the
sucky
White
sport.
Sox played the game against the Yankees in the Field of Dreams. Go. Jesus. Also, I need Danny Almonte to be the one who throws out the first pitch next year for the Little League game, for the Shreveport game.
Race card.
How's that race?
What was that, Drew? Why'd you pull the race card there?
I know, Danny Almonte.
What?
I don't know.
It has nothing to do with because of his race. I just think that one of the all-time biggest names in the Little League World Series.
That is probably the only name you remember from the Little League World Series.
Absolutely.
It really is. Other than Todd Frazier, because they beat that story to death.
They bring it up all the time. But yeah, Danny Almonte's got to be the most famous Little League World Series player in our lifetime.
I remember Todd Frazier more for his silver medal, but I mean, yeah, I guess that Little League World Series is a thing too. If you really want to belittle a man's accomplishments.
I love Biscuit saying the Sandlot game would be epic. Get the Beast to bring out the ball for the first pitch. 100%. You know what they should do? They should do a game where it's what was the video game with Pablo as the pitcher? Make that a field.
Backyard baseball or some shit.
Next one is the better choice though. Play a hardball game in Chicago in the hood and get Keanu Reeves to coach. Oh yes, I am there for that.
All right, this is what we need. We don't need multiple Field of Dreams games. We need the evolution of this. Go to every baseball movie and start making that a game for the year.
I think we can make this happen. All we got to do is go get some abandoned cars from Norwood, push them down to Norwood High School's baseball field, and then, or actually not even that, just a parking lot somewhere. And then we pick up some cameras and we just make the stickball go.
I would love to see Major League Baseball players playing stickball. That would be amazing to see. By the way, so Scott, you said Jake Arrieta signed with the Padres?
I thought he did.
Motherfucker. The Reds are 2.5 games behind the Padres for that second wild card spot. And I feel like there's no way.
The Padres needed more help.
I mean, couldn't we all use a little help sometime?
Although, to be fair, Jake Arrieta at this point in his career is just an angry, Capitol rioter. So it's not really, I don't know how much of help it is for the Padres.
That's a fair point. I just realized we're getting close on time here.
It's 9:25.
Yeah,
this
is going on forever, man.
Losing ourselves in conversations.
This was a great show.
This was a survey done real quick. The worst cheap beers in America. Number 6 was Budweiser. Agree or disagree, Drew?
6th worst beers in America.
Worst cheap beer.
I disagree.
Scott, Budweiser, terrible cheap beer. No. Next one was Ice House. Was the number 5 worst cheap beer in America. Drew, agree or disagree?
Yeah, agree.
Scott, agree or disagree?
Agree, because I've never had it.
That's bad.
Number 4 was Bush, not Bush Light, Bush. Agree or disagree?
I think agree.
Scott?
Agree.
Number 3, Keystone. And not Keystone Light. We're talking Keystone Red, the heavy stuff. Agree or disagree?
Disagree.
Scott?
It's harder to find than original Coors. Like what?
Well, they're doing away with it.
I'll disagree just because nobody drinks it.
Number 2, worst cheap beer in America, according to this survey, Natural Ice. Natty Ice. Not Natty Light, Natty Ice. Drew, agree or disagree?
Am I homeless in the survey?
No, you are you.
Agree.
So you said disagree.
And I agree.
I agree.
And the number 1 worst.
If it's Hams, Mike's gonna blow.
No, I would have made
that
time
would've
for
been
this
amazing.
segment if it was Hams. You know I would have made time for this segment. Number 1 worst cheap beer in America, according to the survey by bestlifeonline.com, Milwaukee's Best, the Beast. Drew, agree or disagree?
Disagree.
Scott, agree or disagree?
I disagree, but it's definitely a contender for the top spot.
It's not good. Milwaukee's Best.
It's not good, but I think there's worse.
Definitely worse.
Yeah.
Robert Taylor saying all those beers suck.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the thing. They all suck.
Right, exactly. Like you're picking, man, and like they picked the worst of the product line, right? Like,
Right, of the name beers.
yeah, like no, but I'm saying Keystone over Keystone Light. Like, yeah, Keystone sucks because the bell of the ball is Keystone Light, obviously.
Matt Barr saying Budweiser is the only one that shouldn't be on the list.
Yeah.
Guys, we have like 3 minutes, so let's roll through this real quick. Scott, what were you drinking rated on the intern scale?
I was drinking Bunny Slope. It's amazing. Caramel macchiato stout, blonde stout, fantastic. If you can get your hands on it, do it.
Intern scale?
Still Aiden, miss him. Love you, bud.
Love you, Aiden. Mookie, what were you drinking intern scale? Go.
Noon juice wasn't good. Apparently, I love the first one according to my Untapped check-in. This one sucked. Just to be consistent, Aiden.
I was drinking lemon basil West Coast IPA. It was fantastic. It's such a good beer. It is the quintessential West Coast IPA. And you know what? Just to fit in with the crowd, I was originally going to say Monica for mine, but I'm going to go Aiden as well. It is that good of an intern that I will rate it an Aiden.
Also, can we require him to send us his midterm and final grades for the semester? I feel like that's appropriate, right?
Tyson saying all of the interns greater than Mookie. That
Again, not a high bar, but fair.
This was a fun show, fellas. This was a very good time. I enjoyed this one. I like being freer. This actually worked out well. Just like, here's some jumping off points. Let's just go. Hope you guys enjoyed it as well. This was a super fun time. Be sure to help the show out. Go on and subscribe, rate, and review wherever you get your podcasts. Also, check out Belly Up Sports. They got amazing content that's going up all the time. BellyUpSports.com. Tons of podcasts, amazing content. Hit them up. Like the show on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at CraftB Sports, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much. We will see you all next week. Cheers, everybody.
The royal penis is clean, Your Highness.
I'm going to go eat lunch.